Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Book Time with Elvis, with me, Mark, and I'm joined today by surprise, Mr. Sean D. Standfast of the channel of the same name. Hi, Sean. How's it going?
Okay, I'm awake at the moment, so that's good.
Yeah, just try and stay awake for the next 45 minutes to an hour, and we'll be good.
Well, I think I found out what the issue was, or may have been, because I ran out of vitamin D tablets.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I finally, because I ran out of another one, and then I finally ordered some, and then I'm starting to feel a bit better.
Mm.
So I don't get that thing that's on the back of your wall there. I don't know what that is. It's bright and
Oh
I
yeah,
don't see that.
this thing.
Oh,
Melting. So we have a couple of comments. One very early comment here from Sean Mike. I'm early, but hello, Mark. How are you doing today? Sending much love and positivity from America. Thank you very much. Jenny's here. Hello, hello.
oh,
And Aaron's here as well. Afternoon. Yes. I suppose technically, is it evening for me? Probably 6 o'clock is evening.
it's evening for you. I
Yeah.
would say it's evening. Yeah.
And Maria's here as well. Hello to you. So yeah,
She's got a head start on the Patreon book that we're doing.
Oh yeah, the circular staircase.
Which is a picture from, I think, the Spiral Staircase movie that was
Yeah.
put together.
Well.
But I got this thanks to it's basically a birthday present. I got £20 Amazon gift card. So
Oh yeah. Oh, don't talk to me about Amazon. I'm never using them again.
well, I don't want to, but it was there. So
Yeah. They gave me €10 as a gift on a gift card, and now I feel like I should use it because it was free, but I'm loath to. And of course, I'd have to spend more than the €10 to get a free delivery, right? So,
well,
yeah.
you like you see in the picture that I sent that they dropped off some recycling bags and they just put them outside my door on the sidewalk.
Yeah, it's true. Anyway, well, I suppose like if I wanted something very cheap, could I use the gift card to pay the delivery?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that then. Yeah. So I can hear those dogs.
Yeah. Well, I had
I'm so used to it though.
I actually had to order a plunger, so I figured but it wasn't from Amazon though, but I ordered a plunger and they came while I was in the toilet trying to unplug the toilet, but it went 2 doors down, so I had to pass this place, and they're all at the door. And the reason why one is so noisy, it's a husky, and then I go to the house next to it, and they got 5 dogs.
Jesus. Right, but you got your plunger at least. That no one had stolen it.
Yeah.
Well, that's all right then. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I got my plunger. I had to put it together, but it doesn't even come with only 5. Yeah. But I don't know. There's at least 3 in this one because they were at the window barking at me while I was walking by.
At least it's not a great distance, though, is it? To be honest, on those streets.
No, because it's a narrow house, and then the doors are side by side. Like the houses are flipped, so the doors are side by side.
Yeah.
So I was able to hobble down, and then it's like if they didn't come to the door quickly, I'm hobbling back.
And they're nice.
What's nice?
The people. Friendly?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I haven't really spoken to anyone much.
All right.
They all seem to know who I am.
And
And
they all
I'm sure
speak with their northeast accents as well, right?
Yeah, I don't understand. When a delivery person came one time, and like he sounds like he's speaking. Oh yeah. I couldn't understand a word he said.
Hello, Millie. I have one dog, and that's hard work. Yeah, it is,
Well,
isn't
if
it?
you don't do anything, you just allow them to bark all day, and you don't take them out for a walk. They're not that hard work.
Well, that's true, but it is cruel, isn't it? Especially with dogs like huskies as well. Not to let them have
But
any
but it
exercise.
explains the whining. Like those are whining. Oh God, I don't
It's
think
all
I'd
day,
ever
every
have-
day.
What?
It's all day, every day.
Pretty well, yeah. There's times like now that they're not doing it, but anybody walks outside, car goes by, anything, any noise, like a dog you hear in the distance barks, sets them off.
What about if you cough?
I think that has set them off as well because the walls are like paper thin. So
Jim's here. Sorry, guys, not being able to make it on today. Just dropped in to say hi. Hi, Jim. Huskies only have one volume.
Wine.
Yeah. Oh dear, oh dear. I didn't realize it would be that bad. I was thinking of doing it outside actually, but I think I'd be blinded if I did. So, but it's certainly warm enough. Certainly warm enough.
Not here.
Farah's here. Hello. Nice to see you. So books, I suppose. Well, actually, books. Yeah. What have you been reading so far this week?
Well, this week I started late Monday, and I finished The Engines of God by Jack McDevitt. It's the first of a series, and I really liked it. Really, it was fun. It was archaeologically based, like there's archaeologists, and there's a few niggling things, but it was an enjoyable story, and he sort of sets it up for a series. Like they figure out a mystery to a certain extent, but then there's still a bigger mystery to continue on at some point.
Yeah. So it's a series, is it? Or
yeah.
Cool. Sean Mike is back. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's having a great day. Yeah, thank you, and you. And that's it, is it?
Well, and then this afternoon, I finished that this morning, and reading Clifford Simak's it was published 1951 novel called Empire. It was a rewrite of a novel that John W. Campbell wrote when he was a teenager. Probably wrote it sometime in the 40s. He rewrote it and then gave it to Campbell, and Campbell said, "Nah, don't want it." And then in early 50s, H.L. Gold, the editor of Galaxy, was starting up Galaxy Novels and asked, "Do you have anything?" So he pulled it out of the drawer and said, "Have this." Even though he thinks it's crap.
Cool. Well, I've been reading this one, Cochrane the Dauntless, The Life and Adventures of Thomas Cochrane. About that far into it, I suppose. What is that, 10 chapters? Exciting. I'm doing it in my Patreon because they wanted to read something about Cochrane, as he was cited as one of the inspirations for Jack Aubrey in the Master and Commander series, and we read that last month. And I have to say, it's quite exciting. I'm really on a naval kick at the moment, and thoroughly enjoying reading about these people whose names I seem to have known for a long time, but didn't really know much about their lives. And I'm reading also, I don't have it as physical, I'm reading it as an ebook, a book called The Sea People. And it's also very good. It's a history of Polynesia, but more to do with the interactions of Polynesians and Europeans, because of course there's almost nothing written or recorded about Polynesia before the first Europeans went there. So she divides the book into different chapters that are based on the eras of European interaction. So currently on Captain Cook at the moment, and it's really good, really interesting, but absolutely incredible and mysterious as to really. I never thought about it before. How they ended up there.
Well, it's a bit of a misnomer calling it sea people if you
Yeah, I know what
are
you're thinking
doing,
of.
the Mediterranean
Mhm, mhm,
history. So
mhm. Yeah, but these are true sea. Well, I suppose ocean people, really, because it's just incredible how you know.
island hopping
Well, yeah, but how? That's the incredible thing, isn't it? Because
on a boat.
yeah, but they didn't have boats as such. They had canoes.
Canoes, yeah, and you get blown away.
It's
You get in the
thousands of
storm.
miles sometimes
Yeah.
between the islands.
Well, didn't Captain Bligh? How far did he go in an
But he
open space?
navigated.
Yeah,
Well, he knew where he was going.
yeah, but these didn't. They just got blown wherever, and then they wound
Yeah,
up on an
I
island.
suppose, but it's still, it's still incredible when you think of the distances involved. I mean, the Polynesian Triangle, it's, each length is at least a 9-hour flight, and then you've got all that space in the middle as well. It's pretty, I mean, to get from Hawaii to New Zealand, it's quite impressive, really, considering. So yeah, but anyway, I'm really enjoying it. She's a nice writer. I forget her name. Somebody Thompson, maybe. She I think she's Australian. And her husband is Maori. Christina Thompson. Yeah, there we go. That was right. So
So you got to say it, Christina Thompson. You got to say it with a question mark at the end of every word, don't you? To be Australian.
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, her husband's a Maori, and his name is Seven, which I always like as a kind of nice Seinfeld reference, like Seven Costanza. So yeah,
Or Star Trek, or a Star Trek reference.
Star Trek, eh? Is there someone called Star Trek?
Not. There's no one called Star Trek.
Sorry, is there someone called Seven in Star Trek? Is there some? There might be someone out there called Star Trek.
7 of 9.
7 of 9.
Yeah.
I don't know it. Is this old Star Trek or what?
No, this is Voyager.
Oh,
The Borg.
I only ever watched the original series. So.
The Borg. So there's 9 of them, and she's the 7th of the 9.
I saw today they've got a remake out. Well, not remake. I suppose it's a reboot, and it's like what is it? Like a successor, I suppose, to the Naked Gun. Have you seen this?
No.
Oh my god! I have to say, it does look. It's going to be extremely rude for sure, and quite violent and different to the original in that respect, I think. But they've gone for it's unbelievable casting. So they've got Frank Drebin, which was Leslie Nielsen's character, and they've got again the character Frank Drebin, but he's the son of the original Frank Drebin. But the actor, they've chosen it's unbelievable. Is Liam Neeson, and I have to say, watching the trailer, I was laughing. It looks funny.
Well, if he does it in his deadpan way, that it.
Oh yes, yeah, pretty much so. Yeah. And they had a couple of funny gags in the trailer. I thought it's done by the guy who did Family Guy. Yeah, so it's going to be very close to the line there. But yeah, but it's funny too because I think someone was saying in the comments, it's like, oh, get me Leslie Nielsen. Oh, he's dead. Okay, get me someone with a similar sounding name. So yeah, but I think it'll be fun. So Jenny says, I'm beginning to think that you like Simak as much as I like Tolkien.
Maybe.
Not a big revelation there, probably. Apparently so, Jenny. Apparently so. Apparently he can. So yeah, Sea People, definitely. I'm only about a third of the way through, but I'm really enjoying that. I have to say, she's nice. It's nicely written. The chapters are nice and brief, which I like. I don't like books generally that have massively long chapters.
What did she say about Easter Island?
Well, yeah, we have been to Easter Island, and she was talking again about how I forget how many statues there are. But there's I think she said at least half of them, half the total number or more, are actually still in the quarry. So they even ran out of like, being able to transport them or something somehow. And I can't remember now what she said with regards to the reason for the. Yeah. There was some theory put forward about it wasn't necessarily the islanders themselves that caused the deforestation and soil erosion and everything. That apparently it was maybe a vociferous type of rat that ate its way through these things, causing damage. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, it's amazing.
A beaver.
Well, yeah, well, maybe, but
That's a big rat, but with a flat tail. That's all.
Yeah. But it was funny. It gave me some kind of food for thought because I didn't think about when she said like, oh yeah, nightmarish because of course once the trees were gone, there was no shade, or anything like that. So it's pretty horrific. And of course, they lost all the topsoil. But what's more incredible is the number of islands that were inhabited, and some of them with no way to really see how that came to be, or how, like, you had these people there like on canoes and stuff, but there were no trees on the island. So those canoes had come from somewhere, very far away for sure, like very far away. But I'm actually at the bit, I forget his name now. He reminded me, I'm at the bit where Cook has taken one of the Tahitians away with him. To be fair, the Tahitian actually asked to go with them, but
he became
or something.
Yeah, he became a bit of a celebrity, and they brought him back.
And he probably died 5 minutes later.
Oh, he did. There was some strange stuff that happened after that he tried to do and things, because at least it was from the book that I read, and then there is one that I wanted to get that was actually a biography of him.
Oh yeah, well, he sounds a remarkable person for sure. I mean, Joseph Banks definitely really liked him, and they only discovered recently that the illustrations in I don't know if it was just in Banks's papers or a particular paper or something he'd written, but they'd always ascribed the illustrations to Banks himself. But then they found out Banks actually writes on it. I think it was as recent as 1997 or something like that, that they were actually drawn by the Tahitian guy. So that's pretty cool. But we've got a message here from Summer. Salutations. Hello. Did you have a happy birthday, Sean?
I slept most of it. So yeah, I suppose so. I'd sort of forgotten that it was because of the way I'd been feeling for the last week or so. I'd almost forgotten that I had a birthday that was coming up.
It's the last one, right? Before the big one.
Well, yeah, I suppose if that's a big one, yeah.
Well, it's a fairly big one. If you get free bus pass, it's a fairly big one.
Yeah, but I won't be able to use it. So
what you should do is you should strike up a friendship with someone who's got a big car, and then you can get the blue badge for them, and then you could, that's a nice deal there. They'll take you out and get disabled parking for free, right? So trust me, there are probably people on your street who'll be down with that. So
yeah, they're probably getting rid of that. The government's probably trying to figure out a way to get rid of that and get rid of the free bus pass. They're probably thinking of as well.
Mark, I'm surprised you're doing a live on 4-4. Yeah, that's true, I suppose.
Why 4-4?
Oh, I have a thing against the number 4. I don't like it. I actually forgot. To be honest, I've actually thought it was the 5th all day today. But yeah, you fighting turning 21, Sean?
21 something, but I'm not sure what 21.
Yeah. So what have you got planned to read next week then?
Oh, well, I might actually wind up doing this over the weekend, which is early.
And it's a new read for you, this one, is it?
It is, yeah. It's where there was a play written of it that she wrote with somebody else called The Bat, and then there was a novelization from the play, which is attributed to her, but it was probably Stephen Vincent Benet. And then there were 3 films that were done. There's a silent film in 26, and early sound film in 1930, and then 1958 or 59, another film with Vincent Price. But at some point, I will be reading, or at least, see, I'm behind now. So I wanted to do the Spring into Adventure. I have this To Arabia Deserta, but I don't think I'll get to those, because if I still go and do this, the Julia Rose got this last, it was only a couple pounds, and they called it new, but I don't call this new. But
it doesn't look that bad.
Yeah, it's just a reading copy. So it's the Julia Rose translation. There's a cut across there of I can feel it, a razor cut.
It's just a paperback, isn't it? So
yeah,
yeah.
So I got it. I'll be reading that at some point.
Hi, Amy. So I think, what was Amy's old channel name?
It was Dusty Bookshelf.
Oh, she's now Amy's Dusty Bookshelf.
No, that's what she was, and then she did change it to something else.
And then change back again.
Yeah, I think so.
I
don't think it was actually Amy.
No, it was probably the Dusty Bookshelf or something. Yeah, I was trying to remember the other day that I knew there was a change, but luckily Amy's here, so probably does. So yeah, the vintage ones are quite good, except when they fade. I've got a couple that have faded, and I've got a couple that are faded, and of course it looks annoying when they're put on the shelf together.
I don't like the red spine. It's like there's a really, really nice picture on the front, and then you go,
yeah,
I don't like the red spines because they're just red. At least the Penguins or something like that, they've got different. From the Dusty
Bookshelf, that's right. But then you did change it to something else, right? And then you've come back, yeah. So then I was to think of books. Yeah, okay, that's it. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. So, so you are going to read it then? You're going to read
I think so. Yeah. See, I'm starting to feel a bit better because I was really questioning it, because for the last 3 weeks, I just, it's taken me like 20 hours of sleeping. Well, what passes for sleep. So I'd have a couple hours that I could do anything. So like the last 4 weeks have been a blur.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be able to do it if that was happening.
I'm going to read some Marryat, I think.
What, Captain?
Yeah. Yeah, because he's in this, right?
Oh,
he's a young midshipman on his ship. And obviously a big inspiration. So I thought, I'll dig out some Marryat and see what it's like. I don't think I've read Marryat before. Any of his books.
I've read some stuff, but I don't remember what.
Yeah.
He wrote a lot of stuff. Like it's mostly sort of juvenile.
Yeah. I think it's like an early form of Boy's Own, really. A lot of adventure and on the high seas and stuff. But I've got his blah, 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 blah. What is it called? You know what it is? His ebook. Delphi. Thank you. Yeah, I've got his Delphi, so I will definitely be checking that out. Another one I pulled up was called Rum, Sodomy, and the Lash, which I thought might be a fun one to read. So
it's a naval book, then.
It's a naval book, yeah. It's actually, I think it's specifically to do with pirates, though. Strangely enough. And then I got a few others that I'm thinking of. Been really going on a lot of non-fiction. But there is some fiction I want to read. As I said, Marryat, and I was thinking of doing Michener's Hawaii because it might fit in with the sea people, but it's like 1,200 pages, and I'm thinking, oh, do I want to?
Yeah, I haven't read that one. That was one that because when we were talking about doing something like there were 12, like to figure out 12, and that was one of the ones to read. Well, could you hear the dog?
I think that is what he's reacting to. Yeah, we doing Elvis. Yeah, it's a pretty good title. It's a pretty good title. I'm sure for some booktubers, it could be the title of their memoir.
Well, there's only one word there that really tells you that it's naval.
Yeah, of course, the lash. Yeah, so yeah. But
the rum and the lash go together. You have the rum, and then you're on the lash.
They are very good, though. I have to say, these naval biographies are just incredible people. I've really enjoyed living with them for the last couple of months. Actually, I've got a few more to go. I've got a biography of Lord St. Vincent, and I need to finish off that 2-volume biography of Nelson as well. And I think there's a couple more that I've got. So it's interesting. Just of course they overlap, and they all kind of knew each other, or they all appear pretty much in each other's books. So yeah.
Well, the thing is, like that's not all I have to read this month, because I've got my Simak book to read this month, Time and Again, and then the Heinlein and the other one, Children of Time, to read. Yeah, so there's those. So there's the Children of Time is fair size. I don't know what it's like.
Yeah. You've not read it before?
No, I've not read anything by the author. That was the idea of this, that of stuff that to read more recent stuff, but also to some authors that we wanted to read, and then plug the hole with a couple others, just sort of random ones.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. There was something else I was going to mention that I was going to read, and I cannot for the life of me now remember what it was. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to work out if I miss doing group reads and stuff. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure, to be honest. I'm quite enjoying this. Oh yeah, the Mutiny on the Bounty trilogy. I'm going to try and get to as well. So yeah,
Northampton Hall.
Yeah. So I think that would be.
Well, then if you read that, you're going to have to read Bly's. What is it, 1,200 or whatever it is, miles in an open boat.
Well, that's it. There's just so many all linked together. I mean, even with Cochrane, I could be reading his own autobiography as well. But yeah, Bly. I mean, that to me, Bly's story is an incredible story. To be honest, I mean, that is madness, really, how he was able to do that.
But then you'd have to read something on Pitcairn Island, and place I've always wanted to visit, which is it'll never happen. It's difficult enough even if you're able-bodied to get there.
I was going to say it's not exactly at the top of easy to get to places, Pitcairn Island, but it still has a population of like 60 people or something.
I think so. Yeah, and actually, you can. I think you can move there. Like there was something that you could do something there if you had enough money or something. If you fulfilled certain requirements.
Well, actually, it's not even Pitcairn Island. It's Pitcairn Islands, and includes the island of Pitcairn, Henderson, Dootsea, and Oeno Islands. So they're 4 volcanic islands together in the Pacific Ocean. Yeah, and population. Where is it? I can't even see where it is. Population. Oh, okay, it's even worse than I thought. 35.
It's dropping. It's like there won't be many there at all, or any at some point.
Yeah. And they're it's weird. Well, actually, yeah. So it's got the total population of Pitcairn Islanders is between 800 to 1,000. Only 47 as of 2021 live on Pitcairn. The number I gave you was 2023, so it has gone down. And it says Norfolk Island has 484 of them. And then you have 262 in Australia, 48 in New Zealand, and 30 of them live in England. So quite, and they're all descendants, aren't they? Pretty much of the Bounty mutineers.
So yeah. Well, the
And
ones
the
that
Tahiti
survived after they sort of fought each
killing
other.
each other.
and-
Yeah. It's true. Yeah, it's mad because he did a Caesar, didn't he? Old Fletcher Christian, didn't he burn the ship or blow up the ship when they got there?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So its highest ever population was 250, and that was back in 1936. So, yeah, a lonely place though, eh? To be. And you would have moved there.
I'd move somewhere like that.
So you can move to Svalbard.
Well, I've never heard of that, but you were talking about that,
Mm-hmm.
And there's other places like that as well that you can go to that that are in the middle of nowhere without people around. So
Isn't Alaska somewhere where I don't know if they pay you to go there, but they incentivize you tax-wise or something, don't they?
probably, but I think
to move
there's
there.
some islands like off of Ireland still. I think that you can go there, but
Craggy Island.
yeah, well, it's like because it is funny where they show an aerial view of this island that's absolutely flat, and it's like you get a wave that's 4 inches, it'll just sort of go across the island, and I'm going, do people actually live there?
Unbelievable. It's crazy, isn't it? Yeah. So, by the way, when are we going to launch our Gilmore Girls podcast?
Oh, jeez. I just watched
someone
all the way through.
I'm sure I saw someone recently. I think someone from BookTube popped up, and they had been reviewing like episodes of the Gilmore Girls. So I thought we'd copied our idea, probably. By then, thanks for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm sure it's a bit longer than mine. It's already 6:30 here, so yeah, probably. Hopefully, I shouldn't complain about the sun, but I wouldn't mind it going down pretty quickly. So. Yeah, no, I mean, so you could really kind of envisage or live your dream desert island books life on Pitcairn, I suppose.
Yeah, well, it's like, especially now, it's like places like even in my 20s, I always thought it'd be kind of neat to go to Northern Ontario somewhere and just carve out a place in the forest, because you could homestead still in places, and do that. And today it would be great because you if you have a satellite hookup, you could have internet, everything, and you could have Amazon or drone deliveries,
Yeah,
you can have your book dropped rather than have it shoved through your letterbox. You can have it dropped from 1,000 feet in the air and bounce, and then drop it in the lake or something, or the river.
Yeah.
Or a grizzly bear rip it open.
Huh. Yeah. I was just laughing. They had notable Pitcairn Islanders, and two of them. One of them is called Thursday, October Christian the First, and then Thursday, October Christian the Second. So he obviously got really bored when it came to naming the children. Eh? What day is it today, darling? Thursday, October. All right, there we go. And I guess the funny thing is, the second child probably wasn't born on a Thursday or or in October, just named after his father. So yeah, blimey.
Well, wasn't there? There was some sports person that came from there, I think.
There's a guy called Dylan Walker who plays rugby. He still
Yeah.
plays. He's only fairly young. He's 30. He was born in Sydney, but his mother is a Pitcairn Islander.
Oh, okay. Because I knew there was something sport related, but I didn't know what.
Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, there's only, I mean, there's six notable Pitcairn Islanders, which I suppose isn't really bad for such a small place, you know. But yeah, no, I don't know. I could imagine you as a kind of Grizzly Adams, Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't. It doesn't. Yeah. Well, yeah. Thank you, Hamster. I was trying to think of that the other day. Yeah, I remember. Sam Neill had done a television series of it. I didn't know there was a book. I'll have to check that out. I like Sam Neill actually very much. So you don't look impressed with Sam Neill, Sean.
I'm just trying to. I know the name, but I can't. I'm trying to think of who he is, and my brain's not working.
Oh, Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Okay.
He was in. He was Riley, Ace of Spies in the series.
Okay.
No,
Don't remember that.
all right, okay. You'd know him. He's a New Zealand. He's a New Zealand actor, so you would know him when you saw him. All right, Millie. Have a good one. Have a good day. I guess it's people's lunch breaks ending. Yeah. So, but yeah, Grizzly Adams. I could. Yeah. So would you? Because he used to have no. Because there was the series Grizzly Adams, wasn't there?
Yeah.
But it wasn't Grizzly Adams. There was a different man who had the donkey, right?
Donkey.
Yeah.
Oh, the
old timer who used to tell the story, like, because I could see you like the old timer with the donkey, and the donkey's carrying loads of books. You just make a trip once every 3 months or whatever to town to buy new books on your donkey. Yeah. Yeah, no, I heard. Yeah, I heard he was really ill, but he's doing good. I've got his autobiography actually. I keep meaning to read it. I really like him. He's a good guy. Yeah, no, that would be good, Sean, wouldn't it?
What?
Living out there in the.
Well, yeah. Well, the thing is, as long as I can have some books, you know.
Well, you got your donkey to carry them for you. So.
And then now, like, you know, you have solar power, so I could have my Blu-ray collection, and you know,
probably the far north of Canada wouldn't be the best place, though, would it? Well, at least for half the year. But so,
well, that's the thing, or you know, like you say, or if you had enough money, you go live in Mauritius, where anybody can go there. I think all you need to be able to put is $1,600 US into your bank account a month there, and
basically you need to get your Patreon up to $1,600 US a month, and you can go live in Mauritius. But I wonder, like, God, obviously, given your health and stuff, I wonder what would happen if you did find yourself in, in some forest in Canada or something, whether it would actually have a positive impact, that suddenly the fresh air again, no pollutants, or whether it would actually do damage to you. I don't know.
And probably has splitting wood, have a heart attack, First time I split some wood again.
Well, no, you need to be like Steve Donahue and get yourself a surly houseboy to do all that kind of stuff. Where you're a kind of Man Friday character to kind of help you out, cut your logs for you,
or his Girl Friday,
or your Girl Friday. Yeah, well, there you go, Girl Friday then. Yeah. Oh my God, this is ridiculous. Though I haven't any way to stop it. I keep trying to move closer and closer, but it's like literally I'm almost like up to the camera. Yeah, because I don't have curtains here because I didn't normally. Well, I think I might actually have to think about it because this is going to be the main dining area, and it would be pretty crappy to be sitting here having dinner and be like, oh, can't see anything. So yeah.
Needs to be shades.
Yeah. What, for my eyes or for?
Well, no, there'll be some people call with shades for the windows.
Yeah. Actually, it's interesting because my glasses do change, but maybe the problem is I'm kind of on, because I'm inside, they're not changing. But when I'm outside, they go dark.
Yeah, I
do.
couldn't stand those. I had those one time a long time ago, and I didn't like them. The changed. So what I had ones that were sort of graded. They just were always that way.
No, I don't mind them, but it can be slightly off-putting sometimes when you head back inside very quickly. Because something gets like dark when you go in, and but otherwise they're good. But I think I've got a chance sometime later this month. I have the optician. I mean, this is fascinating for everybody watching, isn't it? I've got the optician coming to school, so he's some friend of our deputy headmaster, so he gives us a really good discount. And of course, he comes and manages, because we're all teachers, we're all blind, so he gets to make a few sales every few years. Yeah, so I think the last time we did it was like 5 years ago, or 4 or 5 years ago. So I definitely need some new ones. But
I'm at least I'm more than that behind. Like, I need to have mine done for sure.
But you can get them on the NHS, right? Or
well, at least you can get the prescription. I mean, the test done. You don't have to pay for the test, but that's usually get that free anyway. But yeah, for them to pay for glasses, it's not. You're not going to get anything that's half decent or that'll fit probably, because they're. I got a wide head. Let's just put it that way.
I'm just trying to make use of that view out the window there while it lasts before they start building. They've received their permission, so I guess they'll start building sometime soon, and we'll have scaffolding and whatever else to look at through there. So
that's where you want the curtains on there or something, or blind.
Well, no, I don't know. Yeah, maybe eventually, but it's going to take at least a year to get the house built.
Yeah, you want to watch people bending over with their butt cracks.
Well, to be honest, when I'm here, they're not likely to be there unless they do it throughout the summer. But I think she said something about them possibly starting in the autumn. So I thought, that I won't complain at that, because it would be nice to not have them hammering and drilling and jackhammering and stuff throughout the summer when I'm, trying to work hard in my garden. So yeah, but anyway, I don't know. I think we might call it an evening. I feel like I've run out of steam in terms of what to talk about book wise and everything else. I don't know, but I suppose 45 minutes is not terrible. And you're tired, and to be honest, I'm not super awake, having finished work. So
I'm a little more awake now, so hopefully I can get back to reading for a little bit. I got to finish this book. I should have finished it weeks ago, but I don't really need to read it again, but it's refreshing my memory, so I'm reading it quickly.
Yeah. We mentioned Spring into Adventure. I've got to read the group read, Jules Verne, Around the World in 80 Days.
Yeah, I got that somewhere. I think it's in the kitchen, and
it's an afternoon, 2 afternoons. It's an afternoon, 2 afternoons read, isn't it? Really.
And see, the thing was, I was going to do that as the group read, and then I've got that I was going to do the Arabia Deserta for the 19th century or pre-1900, and reread King Solomon's Mines. I found King Solomon's Mines, so I'm not too sure now what I'm going to do, because, like I say, I don't think I'll be doing the Arabia Deserta, and I'm almost feeling like I gotta chuck something now, because I'm so behind with everything.
I didn't realize they'd made, I say new, I still think it's 20 years ago, something like that, but a film of Around the World in 80 Days.
With one with Steve Coogan.
Steve Coogan and Jackie Chan as Passepartout.
It's actually okay in some ways.
Yeah.
Like he does do an okay. Steve Coogan does do okay, but it's
Yeah.
different, that's for sure. And then wasn't more recently wasn't Doctor Who the David Tennant? Didn't he do one?
Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
It was a series, I think, like a mini series.
Oh, was it? Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. They just seem to
And of course, they
regurgitate.
changed loads of stuff. So
The
if you
one
know what
I
I mean.
know mostly is the David Niven one.
David Niven, yeah, yeah, and Robert Newton as I think Inspector Fix, isn't he? Chasing after him. Yeah, no, it's great. The David Niven one. Yeah, I remember though there was a cartoon one when I was a kid that I really liked, and I want to say like when they're crossing the Atlantic, they've got to go faster and faster. They literally like um, demolish the ship as they're going because it's made of wood. They start burning the wood.
Yeah, well, that's in most of them, I think.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, in the cartoon one, sorry, it became like uber ridiculous in the sense, you know, like how the animal runs off the cliff and then realizes there's no ground. It was almost like that, yeah. But and of course, I did enjoy Palin's series when he did that to see if he could follow it. So
Well, I think it was it during that one or pole to pole because I was in the Middle East. I was leaving the Middle East at the real time while he was entering it, and then
yeah,
like literally within a day he was at Ramsey's train station in Cairo, and it was like a mirror image of my experience just the day before,
yeah,
like almost 100%,
yeah.
and
He's
I didn't
great.
know this till like a decade later, I think.
Did you read his Erebus?
No, I haven't. I don't have it. No.
Oh, okay. When you get a chance, it's. I think you'll enjoy it. He does. I think he does a really nice job on it. Actually, I like him anyway. I mean,
Well, he's my favorite Python. So
yeah, yeah, yeah. Probably mine too. All right, so we'll wrap up. Jenny says, "Love that film. A great laugh." That's the Steve Coogan around the world. Good to see you guys. I'd lose my mind if I had your reading schedule, Sean. And Farah says, "Have a nice weekend, everyone. Happy belated birthday, Sean." So that's nice. Yeah, excellent. Well, thank you for joining me, Sean. Sorry, it's not that much longer, but I suppose we have long ones and shorter ones, right? It just depends how it goes. But thanks to everybody who came to watch and commented and whatnot. And yeah, we'll hopefully be back.
well, the thing is, I could say that we could do it longer, but we need our egos stroked.
Right. Do check out Sean's channel tomorrow for his lives, and on Sunday especially for Desert Island Books, where he will be joined by the lovely Pat from Book Chat with Pat. Right.
Yeah, and then the week I've got the whole month now done, if I can sort of say, yeah, because there's Pat, and then Jim at Mystery Mayhem and Murder. Do I have that correctly, or is it
Mystery
Murder?
Mayhem?
Yeah, okay. And then after that, my friend, because that's Easter Sunday, so my friend Adam in from Taiwan will be on, and then Duncan at Back Away from the Donkey will be the last
nice
Sunday. So
nice. And obviously your friend Adam is he's no stranger to your channel. He's been on there, hasn't he?
yeah.
In fact, I think we were on a live once together with him when he was visiting, so I seem to remember. Yeah. And have you got any lineup? Yeah, anybody lined up yet for May?
No, nobody's contact. Like I'm almost getting tired of chasing people down. So it's like, and people say, "Oh yeah, they want to do it," but it's like, well, let me know. My email's there. Just, So
let me put Greg up for nomination here. Greg, Ghost Readers in the Sky.
Yeah.
Howdy. If you're interested, Greg, you want to do
Fantastic.
Desert Island books with Sean. He's looking for new people to join him in May, and it could be a nice thing for your channel to go on there.
I saw that you're doing something, Greg, about Jim Bridger, which is kind of cool because you don't see him mentioned anywhere most of the time, and that's another Grizzly Adams character, that's for sure, is Jim Bridger. I always like Jim Bridger.
Mad Jack apparently was the guy with the donkey, I guess, played by Denver Pyle.
Yeah,
Maria,
yeah.
Maria made a good point. I kind of look like I'm growing out of you. We look like messed up Siamese twins or something, don't we? Really? Well, we can't say that probably, can we? I don't know. Oh, damn it! I thought I would get through a live stream without getting cancelled. So yeah, but yeah, no. Think about it. Think about it, Greg. I'm sure it's a good experience. I had fun doing it, and yeah, I don't know if you've done any lives before, but it'd be a good way to break yourself in. That's the right expression. I don't know. So, wonderful. All right, everybody. Thank you ever so much. Do take care, and we shall see you soon. All the best from us. Cheerio. Bye bye.